How's it going, guys? It's Red, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a super powerful no recoil setup that you guys can be using right now in Back 4 Blood. But before we get into that, if you're new here to the channel, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need to teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, so here we are in the deck building menu in Back 4 Blood. This is going to be the complete deck list, so if you guys are just looking to copy and paste the deck, now is your time to do so. But for the remainder of this video, I'm just going to be talking about why every card is where it is, and just what role every card plays in the deck, and just everything like that. Now, the objective of this deck is fairly simple. We are just trying to make any gun that we are holding just as accurate as humanly possible. Now, I did build this deck with assault rifles in mind, but feel free to try this with basically any weapon class that you want, and the goal is to just make our guns shoot in a completely straight line, making it so whatever we aim at, that's what's going to get hit, rather than having things like recoil and accuracy problems. The whole deck is to make that not a thing anymore. Now, in the number one spot, we have Admin Reload, which says when we stow our weapon, it is going to automatically reload. Now, this card usually isn't in the no recoil builds. Usually the cards that are like the build-arounds are cards like Mag Coupler, which is going to give us 50% reload speed, but disable our ADS, and other cards like Quick Kill, which are going to also disable our ADS for some other good no recoil downside. But very similarly to the shotgun build that I just recently posted on the channel, I do think just aiming with your weapons is just so much better than not aiming and getting some cool niche side effect. I mean, yeah, reloading at supersonic speed and, not actually having to aim is cool and all, but I do feel like, legitimately just aiming the gun is a lot better. And for, the actual reason why, this is in the deck, I do feel like just swapping over to your secondary is a lot better than just doing, this mega reload thing, because all these recoil control things and all these accuracy things that we're going to be doing to our primary weapons are also going to apply to our secondary weapons as well. So, I mean, it's just going to be just as easy to hit stuff with our secondary as it is our primary. That's why I think Admin Reload is a lot better than this Mag Coupler version. Now, number two is going to be Shooting Gloves, which gives us plus 25% weapon swap speed, 15% recoil control, and 15% accuracy. Now, the reason that this is all the way up in the number two spot is because this is an absolute all-star for the deck. This is doing literally everything that we want. I could not have made just a better card if I was just making up cards for this deck. It gives us weapon swap speed, which we're playing Admin Reload, which is obviously very good, and this card also gives us recoil control and accuracy, and in the no recoil deck, that just makes a lot of sense why we should play it. Now, in the number three spot, we have Patient Hunter, which says every 0.75 seconds we ADS, it increases our bullet damage by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. Now, the reason that this is all the way up here is because Patient Hunter is just really, really good right now, and I mean, it's gonna take you more than 2.5 seconds to empty your clip, let alone aim on top of that. And I mean, just getting rewarded for aiming and having no downside on top of that is just too much value just to, throw away, in my opinion. Now, number four is going to be Cold Brew Coffee, which gives us plus 15% reload speed and 25% aim speed, weapon swap speed, and use speed. Now, I know that the reload speed doesn't look that attractive because we are an Admin Reload deck, but I mean, the reload speed isn't going to directly help us, but the reload speed is going to make the automatic reload on Admin Reload just that much faster. And obviously, aim speed and use speed are helpful things that we're not going to say no to, and weapon swap speed is obviously just, I mean, it's an all-star. We're an Admin Reload deck. Now, number five is going to be Line 'em Up, which gives us plus 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, and 25% bullet penetration and aim speed. Now, the main thing that we're looking to get out of this is the recoil control, obviously, but along with the bullet penetration, because, I mean, we actually need a good amount of bullet penetration in this deck, because if we don't, I mean, the common are just going to stonewall all our bullets, and it's going to take more than one bullet just to go through a common, and it's just going to be really hard for us to really accrue any value. And as far as the effective bullet range and aim speed go, I mean, they're not particular all-stars, but we're still, I mean, we're not going to say no to them, and I mean, getting all these free effects with absolutely no downside is just too much value to pass up. Now, number 6 is going to be Reckless Strategy, which is going to give us plus 30% weak spot damage and minus 5% damage resistance as the downside. Now, the reason that I'm playing Reckless Strategy over a card like Hyper Focused is because I do think that Hyper Focused would really negatively impact, the Assault Rifle version of this deck, because I feel like we're just not very mobile to begin with, but we're not slow enough to the point where it's it just doesn't even matter anymore. If we were using something like a Sniper or an LMG, something that we're just going to be snails with no matter what. AR ARs, I feel like, you know, we're just kind of like in the middle ground in terms of like mobility, and if we just put hyper focus in the deck, we're just going to make ourselves just as slow as something like an LMG, but we're not going to be putting out nearly as much damage as a deck like that would. So to cope for that, we play Reckless Strategy, which is, I mean, it's not as good as hyper focus, but it's good enough, and it has, you know, way more comparable downside than this card does. Now, number 7 is going to be Ammo Belt, which gives us plus 50% ammo capacity and plus 15% reload speed. Now, again, like when I was talking about Cold Brew Coffee, I mean, I get it, the reload speed doesn't look that attractive, but I mean, it is going to make admin reload go 30% faster when you combined it with Cold Brew Coffee. And another reason we're playing this is, I mean, we just don't want to play Ammo Mule because I mean, this is just too much ammo. We're not playing LMGs, we're not playing anything that needs an absolute, just atrocious amount of ammo, and this card gives us a downside. Now, number 8 is going to be Front Sight Focus, which is going to give us plus 20% accuracy, 10% weak spot damage, and 15% aim speed. Now, obviously, the main reason that we're playing this is for the big buff in accuracy, because 20% is, I mean, it's not actually that small, you know what I mean? 20% is actually a good amount, and when you tack the weak spot damage and the aim speed on there for absolutely free, this card is just a no-brainer in this deck. Now, number 9 is going to be High Vis Sights, which gives us plus 30% aim speed. It's a pretty simple card, but we do have to play it because we're not playing the Mag Coupler version, so we actually have to aim, and ARs don't really have the quickest ADS right off the bat, so we just need this little stagger to help us out. So, and most of the other cards, I mean, they've like had aim speed just like tacked onto them, but I feel like once we just pick this card, we're going to be good with aim speed for the rest of the deck, and I mean, we just won't need to worry about it again. Now, number 10 is going to be Shredder, which says each bullet hit causes the target to take 1% increased damage for 3 seconds, and it's going to stack up to 15%. Now, this card's in here, obviously, just because Shredder is really good when you have decks that are dealing with fully automatic weapons, because that is obviously going to get that 15% increased damage the fastest, but we're not playing a deck like SMGs, that, or something that has an extremely high fire rate. We're playing ARs, which have a medium fire rate, so it's not like we're playing, you know, the fastest deck that can make Shredder OP. That's why it's all the way down here, and that's why it's like below something like Reckless Strategy. I feel like Reckless Strategy is going to output just way more damage on average than like Shredder's going to in like the AR version of the deck. Now, if we were playing like SMGs, I would totally have these switched. Now, number 11 is going to be Energy Drink, which gives us plus 15% stamina and 25% weapon swap speed, 15% move speed while firing, and 10% slow resistance. Now, the main thing that we're looking to get out of this card is the weapon swap speed. It's the last weapon swap speed we have in the deck, and it's going to just completely cap everything off in terms of like our admin reload engine. But this card also just gives us 3 pretty good other effects for, again, no downside. Like, that's one of the main things I look for in my cards when I'm building my decks, is just the amount of downsides that we have. Because if you look at, you know, card slots 1 through 11, I easily have like, you know, like 20 effects going easily, and I have like, what, 1 downside, minus 5% damage resistance. So like, that's big things I look for, because I mean, we're just gonna get 15% stamina and, you know, slow resistance, move speed while firing, all for just, you know, picking a card that we wanted weapon swap speed for. Now, number 12 through 15 are all going to serve the same purpose, that just being various DPS cards that are going to just help us kill stuff faster. Number 12 being Large Caliber Rounds, which is going to give us plus 7.5% bullet damage and plus 200% bullet penetration. Number 13 being Tac Vest, which is going to give us plus 30% rifle ammo capacity and 10% damage with all assault rifles and LMGs. Number 14 being Ridden Slayer, which gives us plus 20% weak spot damage. And number 15 being Silver Bullets, which gives us plus 10% bullet damage and plus 15% effective bullet range. Now, the reason that these guys are the last 4 is because I feel like with just like the first half of the deck, I had to spend a lot of time just setting up this admin reload engine, unfortunately. Like, I had to play cards like Shooting Gloves, and, you know, obviously cards like Cold Brew helped out a lot, but I mean, I had to make sure that everything else was set up before I can just solely focus on damage. So, and importantly, all 4 of these cards hit different categories damage-wise. Like, these aren't just all cards that give us higher base damage. You know, Large Caliber Rounds is obviously going to give us bullet penetration. This is going to give us ammo and base damage, which is part of the reason that I'm okay with playing Ammo Belt over Ammo Mule, because, I mean, again, this is giving us no downsides, and when you play this, this is giving you just as much ammo as Ammo Mule would give you, but you get an extra 10% damage with all your ARs. And Ridden Slayer is going to give us weak spot damage, and we extra need it in this deck because we're not playing hyper focused and we're only playing Reckless Strategy. Like, yeah, we got some other cards like Front Sight Focus that are giving us weak spot damage, you know, just kind of tacked on there, but we're still severely lacking in comparison to like a deck that would play hyper-focused. And Silver Bullets is going to give us effective bullet range just so we can keep stuff further away. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a comment down below telling me any deck changes that you guys would make, and as always, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome Back 4 Blood content just like this. Also, make sure to check out the link to my Discord server. It's going to be down in the description below. You guys can use it to find teammates to play Back 4 Blood with, so if you guys are in some dire need of teammates, make sure to come check out the Discord server. And until next time, it's been Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video.